Hi everyone, this is Brian Neal with TradeToBeFree.com. It's been another really nice week for the 3 Stocks to Wealth newsletter. That's the strategy that we teach on InvestToBeFree.com, and basically what that is just getting into the top 3 stocks in the market each week with the best fundamental momentum and the best technical momentum without using technical analysis to time the exit points or entry points really. Using technical analysis in that strategy to basically avoid the likely losers. So it's a little bit different than the strategy on TradeToBeFree.com. It only takes 15 minutes per week on average with the newsletter when you subscribe. And there's also some free trading videos that explain how to do it yourself. Let's have another nice week. We had Align Technology. We actually had Align Technology both in the TradeToBeFree Daily Alert, I think it was, and also the 3 Stocks Wealth newsletter on InvestToBeFree.com. And we got a nice earnings beat out of Align, which we thought we would, and stock gapped quite a bit higher. I think we made like 5-6% on this. Made a few $1,000s with the 3 Stocks to Wealth newsletter on this one, and Cypress was another one that was in the newsletter, and it also beat by a wide margin. It could really move if it gets above 1535. It's in a large bullish pattern, and it just beat by a wide margin. And so that could really move too. So it's another good week for the 3 Stocks to Wealth. It's been a terrific summer. It's been another run over the past couple months, and I was looking at the top newsletters in the market, and it's not exactly an investment newsletter, the 3 Stocks to Wealth. It's kind of a passive swing trading newsletter, but it only takes 15 minutes per week. We tell you which stocks to buy and hold for the coming week. You basically just use market orders after the market closes on Thursday to get out of the ones that are coming off the list of top 3 stocks, and then you take those proceeds, split the proceeds up into the new stocks going on the list, and you just buy the new ones coming on the list of top 3 at 1.5% below the market open price. And if it doesn't execute, if the order doesn't execute during the day, you just convert that to a market order by the market close. But I was looking at the top performing newsletters over the past 5 years, according to Hulbert Financial Digest, and I think we beat the top performing newsletter by 10 points on their list. And again, it's a little bit different when you're, compounding. You're just taking the money off from the proceeds of one stock coming off the list and putting that into the new stocks coming on the list. So compounding just comes naturally with this strategy. But even with that considered, it's been outperforming those top newsletters by a mile, and over the past 5 years, and it's been doing great this year again. And I think we're on track for a triple-digit year this year so far. So if the market still trends higher and does pretty well or goes sideways, we'll probably get in the high double digits or low triple digits this year with this, and it's 15 minutes per week. So with that kind of newsletter, you don't have to be concerned about pump and dump. We're not pumping penny stocks and selling a minute later or 5 minutes later as people get the message in a big chat room. That's not what we're about. So these are really good quality small caps, mid caps, and even large caps that are beating estimates, have the rising future expectations, and the best technical patterns in the market. And that's what we focus on. And it's been working very, very well. And this morning I got out of Align, and I thought I might get a burst into new highs right away with Align. So I sold half at the market open. Generally, we suggest just putting a market order in and just selling at the open. But if you have good day trading skills, you can try to squeeze out some more profits by using those skills to wait for a rally in the morning and selling into that rally. And I tried to do that this morning. The Align pulled back quite a bit though initially, and I waited until it came back, and I thought it would go above the highs, and it found resistance at the VWAP and near the high of the day, and so I sold the other half close to the open price, but not quite. So lost a little bit by using day trading skills this morning. But if you're a really good day trader, you can actually squeeze out more profits than what you see in the performance chart before commissions and fees on the site. So I had another good week with Align. Cypress had a big beat, and stock really hasn't reacted to it yet, and I think it may once it gets above 1535, but still a good week for that. making some money on that too. I also wanted to go over the explosive bottoming pattern. We've been hoping for some big ones over the past few days. Haven't seen one yet come up that met all the criteria in the course. Now, Sam Adams came very close, but it's still a marginal trade. If you look at the long-term trend on Sam Adams, it's the beer company. What it's doing here is it's breaking out of a descending wedge to most likely break this long-term downtrend. Okay, that's a pretty bullish pattern. The problem is sometimes when you have this real long-term downtrend in a industry and for a company, it doesn't have the growth really, and you get that big breakout of the bearish pattern within a long-term downtrend, and out of that long-term downtrend, sometimes you'll get that turnover right after it hits the entry point, and especially on a Friday in the summertime. But Sam Adams actually hit the entry point and it moved higher. I didn't take this trade myself because it's a marginal trade. It's the summer on a Friday, so you oftentimes don't get as big of a move from the open. Okay, but you could have played it, and it actually opened up a little too low relative to the high, pre-market high here, right on the borderline. You could still have justified playing this though at the ideal entry point if it hit that ideal entry point. In this case, it did, and we can already see that it's hit I think it's already hit the first target of 3% on this trade. So that's the first earnings eruptions trade, very marginal though, and one we didn't take on a Friday in the summertime. But next week I'm sure we'll have one or two of these, and as time goes on we'll have more as earnings season progresses here. We also had we had a marginal setup on Netflix that worked out pretty well. We also had one that almost met the criteria in the course in US Steel a couple days ago. Didn't quite open up high enough, so we didn't take the trade. The gap wasn't strong enough on this, and hit the entry point, and this one turned over right away. So you might, on these marginal trades, you might get 70% success rate on the trade, but I want 75, 80% or more based on back testing and my own experience over the past couple years. So I want to see a really good setup, and just really haven't yet for that trade. MKSI bottoming pattern this week. That was really the only good one I saw this week. I mean, TTS was pretty good, but that was well below the 200-day moving average when it hit the entry point. So that's a marginal trade to me. Didn't have a real bullish bombing pattern. Pretty bullish, but not real bullish. It's a little above its entry point. TTS is. MKSI made a 6% move within a couple days. So surprisingly, the explosive bombing pattern this week did better than anything else, and I was hoping for some earnings eruptions trades, but we just didn't see any really good ones set up. But more to come in the weeks ahead, and if you just stay patient and wait for the right setup, you'll get the right pitch, and we'll knock a few of these out of the park coming up in the weeks ahead. So stay tuned for that. Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll talk to you again real soon.